You can draw this even if it's your first time ever even seeing Procreate, so let's get started. Just follow my lead and you'll be just fine. Step number 1, open Procreate and create a square canvas. I like to use the square size for most of my illustrations like this. Now the first step is always to do the sketch. I'm using my own brushes for this, which I've linked in the description, but Procreate sketching brushes are just as good. You really don't need to buy any brushes to draw like me. Now draw an oval and then hold the pencil. That will enable this menu to pop up and you can actually edit your oval as much as you want. Make sure it's a little bit slanted to the right. And then draw the center lines because that is going to be the face. Now loosely draw yourself a pair of ears on top of this squishy head. Undo as many times as you want. Pause this video. I undo a lot. Now for my favorite part about the head, the cheek fluffs. They're just a number 3 and a reverse number 3 with a big bottom. That we're gonna sketch the chest, which is like a strawberry / oval shape I guess, and add some more fluffs onto it. You see how I'm starting with a really light sketch and then just applying a little bit more pressure to my squishy pencil to make the lines darker. Now the front paws are really just a pair of squishy sausages, so leave them at that and connect them with a line in the middle. Draw one thigh, and then in a darker pressure, once again, draw some fluff on that. Don't overdo it though. On the other side, we have a bit of the belly sticking out, and we're also going to add some fluff to that. And then connect the second thigh to the belly and fluff it up just a bit. Now all that's left for the body is a squishy little tail. Go ahead and neaten up anything you need to, but don't spend too much time neatening the sketch because we're going to remove it soon anyway. And add 2 little cute ear tufts on the top of the ears. You're ready to draw the face now. Yeah, where our 2 lines cross, you're going to want to draw a V-shaped nose. Or is it a mouth? You'll never know. And then repeat the same technique for the eyes, except making the ellipse into a circle this time, accessing the menu that pops up when you hold your pencil after having drawn your circle. This makes sure that our squishy eyes are nice, round, and perfect. Now I'm going in and filling them just quickly with my sketching pencil. But really, you don't have to because like I said, we're removing the sketch pretty soon. Now, if you long press on your screen, you'll see this quick menu pop up and it should have an option for you to flip your canvas. Flipping your canvas is a super important part of the drawing process. It refreshes your eyeballs and helps you see if anything's a little wonky or a little tilted. I also went ahead and added an extra chest fluff and we're ready to draw our line art. So clicking the N on the right of your layer tab will let you open the opacity slider, and that you're going to slide pretty low to where you can still see it but where it's not in the way. Now you're going to need a good lining brush. I'm using my own one, but the closest one to this one is the monoline brush that can be found in Procreate's calligraphy brushes. My squishy brush is similar but a little bit different and I honestly prefer it. This is where the meditation begins because with a good brush, the lining process is actually better than therapy. Don't tell your therapist I told you that. Don't worry, I am speeding up the process, but I wanted to show you a cool life hack with the eyes where I do everything the same as I did in the sketch, except for the second eye, I actually copy and paste it. So you hit your select tool, then you hit copy and paste, and you move it with the transform tool to the other side, and now is a really important part because it copy and pastes your second eyeball to a new layer, so make sure to merge them and you don't get confused in your layers. And then just sit back, relax, and have a blast lining the rest of your squishy cat. This is my favorite part of drawing, honestly guys, it is so therapeutic. Again, don't be embarrassed if you have to hit undo one too many times. There is no such thing as too much undo. I have to do it a lot. Now I'm going to show you the best way to color. So you're going to hide your sketch layer, and on a layer below your line art layer is where we're going to color. But first set the line art layer to reference. So coming back to the layer below the lines, choose a nice orange color and just go ahead and use the fill tool like you would if you were using the same layer as your line art layer. This is the magic of reference mode. You also saw me click the continue filling option and that lets you just tap the areas. But anyways, don't forget to remove reference layer from your line art. It'll be in the way. Now, if you don't quite like the color that you chose, you can always go ahead and adjust it in the adjustment settings. So go and rewatch what I just did if that's something you're interested in doing. But I want you to add a new layer on top of your base color layer, and let's start adding the white markings. Now the reason that I like to keep one layer per one color is the fact that I just like my layers organized like that, and also if I need to edit one specific color or one specific markings, it won't actually affect my other colors, right? So that's why I like to keep one layer per color, or one color per layer. So as you see, we added a white chest, a white mustache, and now I also want to add some white socks because this cat just looks like royalty. What I like to do is I like to draw the outline and then just use the fill tool to fill everything that's inside of it. This really cuts my time in half. And then for a more natural look, I like to show that the white belly marking is going quite a little bit past the paws, and this just makes the cat feel even more alive to me. But of course, you don't have to do that. But hey, he looks pretty good. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future tutorials. Now choose an orange that's more into the reds, and on a layer above the white layer, but still below your line art layer, let's draw the stripes. I like to start with drawing a little stripe on the nose, as well as filling in the ear tufts with my darker marking color. Now this is my ultimate tabby formula. I start with a line on the ears, and then just draw 3 stripes on the forehead coming from that line, and then 2 cute little eyebrows as just little dots above the eye. Then on the cheeks, I usually keep it to 2 stripes coming from the cheeks into the eye. You can experiment with this, but 3 stripes on the forehead and 2 stripes on the cheeks has proven to be my most successful tabby cat formula. When it comes to the markings on the rest of the body, there really are no rules, but you can just go ahead and follow my lead if you want your cat to look as close as to mine. I like to keep my stripes organic, a little bit wobbly, and a little bit different, so no 2 stripes are ever the same. I'm just gonna do the same on the other side, and I wouldn't recommend making them too symmetrical because, like I said, I want this cat to look as natural as it can while being in such a simplified style. I'm also adding 3 stripes on each thigh. When drawing the markings, just stay loose and don't overthink it. Don't make them too symmetrical, don't make them too rigid. And you see how if I'll have 2 stripes on the cheeks, then I'll have 3 stripes on the forehead, and if I have 4 stripes on the front legs, then I'll have 3 stripes on the thigh. So I like to change between odd and even numbers of stripes. All that's left to do now is add some silly squishy stripes to our silly squishy tail. The tip is going to be orange, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some stripes following the direction of the tail. Actually, just 2 stripes. Now for the finishing touch. This is my favorite part of coloring. I'm gonna go and add white ear tufts on the inside of the ears. This really completes the look, especially for fluffy cats. So I always do it last, and it's just, oh, I love this part so much. Guess what? You just drew your very first squishy cat, or is it not your first one? If you made it to the end, comment crazy orange and in the comments and let's confuse everyone else. If you like tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I know that you want me to keep doing them, and tag me on the socials if you decide to try and follow my orange cat tutorial.